Okay, lighting behind me is trash potatoes, but what's up, squad? Welcome back to another week of Hyrox training. So today on the agenda we have is going to be just a pure strength today. Today is going to be a lower body day, heavy glute and heavy hamstring focused. When you're training for a Hyrox race, you don't want to just cut out strength training altogether because you do need strength, especially in those walking lunges. You need good muscular endurance. You need to have leg strength. You can't just be out there looking like a wet noodle, right? Okay, so up on the agenda, first we're going to hit it off is going to be a hip thrust, then we're going to go into an RDL, we're going to go into walking lunges, and then we're going to go into a cable kickback, an adduction machine, and then we're going to end off with heavy squats. My rep range is going to be 4 sets of 8, and then on other exercises like a kickback, the lunge, or the abduction machine is going to be 3 sets, anywhere from like 12 to 15 rep range, 20 for the abduction machine, just to burn out my glutes. And then I'm going to go back to a solid 8 reps on my last thing for my squats, because your girl doesn't want to lose her glutes. Okay, so let's get into it and let's kick it off. I'm going to hit a total of 4 sets of this. 3 are going to be my working sets of hitting those 8 reps at my heaviest that I could do. So right now I'm just going to start with a warm up. I want to just make sure I get the blood flow to my glutes, make sure my form is perfect, and to just make sure I'm actually just waking up the muscles that I need to. So when we're here, I don't love this hip thrust machine just because this padding is weird, but you got to do what you got to do. All right, so first things first, you want to make sure that you're nice and set up perfectly. So you want to make sure you're not just dry humping the air. So you want your body movement. You want to like look down towards the mirror, and then you want to like look up towards the ceiling once you're actually thrusting in there. You don't want like your back to get stuck and then you're just trying to move your hips up and down, because then you get no benefit. You want to make sure everything flows. I like to use the analogy of like a seesaw motion. So when you're here, keep your foot placement shoulder width apart, hip width distance, or if you want to get technical, okay. Oh, see, this just doesn't stay. Okay. So just a solid 15 reps just to get the movement of the exercise. Now I'm going to add, probably going to add another 35 pounds on each side. So then I can make sure I have proper form when I'm hitting those 8 reps, because that was kind of difficult for me. So you just kind of got to gauge what you got to gauge. On the agenda is going to be barbell RDLs. So I'm only banging out 6 of these. I thought I was going to be able to do more, but I'm not. But I don't want to drop down in weight either just to get to the 8 reps. I want to stick with a 6 rep range, which is perfect. So when you're coming in for an RDL, I am not a power lifter, right? So you don't need to go for explosive power when you're doing this. Like, I'm really trying to isolate more of my glutes and my hamstrings when I'm here. So you want to make sure that your feet position are about shoulder width distance or hip width distance. So when you're here, so then you're not too far out, because that's a sumo stance when we're right here. I personally, if you have poor grip strength like myself, I go one hand over, one hand under the bar. So it's just like this. So again, feet width distance, hip width distance, and you want to make sure when you're here, I like to have a slight bend in my knee already, so then you're not like rounding out your back and then trying to come up with your back. So often I see people trying to get the weight up, so they just pull from their back instead of actually using their glutes and their hamstrings. So again, when we're here, we don't need to focus in on explosive power. You don't want to make sure that you're just pulling up the weight just to pull up the weight. I'm going to hit walking dumbbell lunges. I like to alternate each week and either do them with a barbell walking lunge or dumbbell walking lunge. This way I can develop better grip strength for my Hyrox race. So when you're here doing a walking lunge, you want to make sure that you don't put too much pressure on your front knee, making it go forward, because you don't want it to go over your toe when you're there. And I'm just going to make sure I do a hover up off the ground. You don't actually want your knee to touch the ground when you're here. So in this way, again, I'm really focusing on trying to get that power as you're going with that lunge. I'm going to see, I'm going to go there and back, 12 on each leg, or a total of 12. So then this way I can go back and then hit another 6. So 6 and 6, right? Don't do math very well. I only need to know how to count to 10 as a fucking trainer. Hey, how are you? My first time actually doing a kickback this way. I saw a girl doing this on Instagram. So you basically set up a bench, you keep this on a diagonal, and then you're putting your one knee up on here. You have a slight bend in your knee, so when you come forward, you're getting the accentuation of the hamstring to kick it back without like flaring your leg back. So I'm on my third set already because I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it and didn't look dumb before I filmed it. So yeah, so let's show you what this looks like. Okay, obviously you want to make sure when you're setting up, oh, I hate this, when you're setting up the bench, you want to get down an angle like this, so when you come forward, you don't smash your knee into the bench. This is annoying to set up, but I will say it's definitely worth it for me. I like this. And I typically have a very hard time with glute kickbacks. I don't really love this exercise, but I know it's effective. So slight bend in the knee to come forward, kick it back. Yikes, he's hurt. But 10 out of 10 for me. Ooh, I love that. I love trying new things. I ain't never did that before. I've seen it before, but I've never done it. Whew, okay, this is my third set of these. I only did 8 reps on each leg. That's all my glutes got left. I have 2 more exercises. So now we're gonna move on to the adduction machine and then squats. Okay, I just had the nicest gym girly experience. I saw this woman, she has fantastic glutes. She was doing this glute exercise a little bit differently than typically how I do it. So I was like asking her, I was like, hey, like, why are you doing it that way? And she helped me. And then they don't have blocks, so she gave me her blocks. So when you're here, you put the blocks down here. Wowza, you definitely feel that a lot more. Highly recommend. Look at me today trying all these new things. I love this for me. We reached the end of the workout. I'm ending off with squats, and I'm not gonna lie, this is light, but it's not light at the same time. I have not done weighted back squats like in a squat rack in months, like probably since October. I just have been putting them off because I have severe lower back pain when I do these, but I'm trying to rework my way up and be more strategic on my form and really squatting nice and deep and nice and low. So I'm gonna stick with just 45s on each side. I'm gonna go heels in, toes out, but hip width distance, so it's not a sumo stance, just to lighten the load on my hips a little bit and on my back. And I'm really trying to get this more into my glutes. I'm heavy quad dominant. So when we're setting up for a back squat, I like to start in with a staggered stance. It's really whatever it is that you're more comfortable doing. But like I said, I like to start in with a staggered stance, keeping my chest up, back nice and straight, making sure I'm nice and even. So then when I'm preparing for takeoff, I'm coming up, and then I'm stepping right back. Ooh, that was a little wobbly. All right, so hip width distance, heels in, toes out, very slightly. Chest is up. Now I'm gonna push back under my glutes, power from my heels when I'm here. All I got, chat. Whew. So I'm gonna hit one more set of those, make it 4 by 8. Like I said, these are not my best exercise right now. I remember I used to squat like 320 something pounds. Not no more, I'm not 22, 33. So, all right, this has been an official strength leg day here with me. So again, if you're using this for a Hyrox race, great. Ladies, if you would just want to use this as your glute hamstring day, you can definitely feel free to do so as well. As always, make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram. Same across at every single social media platform. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.